Hey everybody, this is Tracy here with another edition of A View from Tracy's Point, and we are here with the update to the status hearing in the Eastern District of New York case against R. Kelly. And so it was a very brief status hearing, as always. I think this one lasted maybe 7 minutes, and they basically confirmed that the trial will start in August. There doesn't seem to be any delays with that. They are updating the juror questionnaire to include some of the information that the defense wants to enter into the jury questionnaire. They didn't go into detail as to what that information is, but if we go back to previous hearings where they discuss the questionnaire and motions that were filed, the defense wanted to get questions in, basically asking people if they had ever had an STD, if they had ever had herpes. And I believe they wanted to get something in about social media, asking the jurors about their social media and having access to be able to view that social media to kind of get views and opinions on how these people think about social issues. And then they also mentioned something about current conditions. Once again, didn't go into details, but I can only assume that when they talk about current conditions that they are referring to the racial climate that we're currently in, with the police brutality, police shootings, Derek Chauvin being on trial for the death of George Floyd and that type of thing. R. Kelly was on the call. Once again, he said hello, and once again the call ended without them ever acknowledging him on the phone or saying goodbye to him or anything like that. And some people think that that's not a big deal, but to me it is. In one of my previous videos that I did, and maybe more than one of my previous videos, I talk about the fact that they should be going through a process where they challenge the charges on the indictment. And so it looks like that is about to begin finally. And what happens with that process is that the defense goes through all the charges, and then they file motions saying why they think that these charges need to be tossed out. And then the prosecution responds and says why those charges should be left in. And in the average case, charges get tossed out. So I wouldn't be surprised, but I really would be surprised if they are unable to strike any of these charges in the indictment. That would just be crazy. And then they also talked about the fact that the government has finally given all the names of the Jane Does to the defense. And so we know Jane Doe number 1 is Aaliyah, who is deceased. Well, we don't know who 2 and 3 are. I believe Geronda is number 4, and then Azrael is number 5, and Faith is number 6. They are in the process of working out the details and the transportation that will be used to transfer R. Kelly to the Eastern District of New York. They didn't give a date of when the actual transfer will take place, but they did say that they are in the process of working out those details so that they can get him to New York. Steve Greenberg, is not the best communicator that there is, and he kind of beat around the bush, so I didn't really know where he was going. He was talking about headphones, using headphones in the courtroom. Not sure what he was talking about when he said that. If he thinks that they're going to be partitioned off, I had no clue what he was talking about, because in all the trials that I've seen taking place on court TV, they basically have partitions up, but for the most part, everybody is still in the same room. The witnesses testifying, the judge, the defense, the prosecution, the jurors, everybody is still in the courtroom. So I don't know what he was talking about when he mentioned these headphones. What he needs to be concerned with is how is he going to meet with his client once his client is transferred to New York. that's what he needs to be concerned about, and should have been asking, like, what provisions are going to be made so that he can go and visit R. Kelly once he is transferred to the Eastern District of New York. What prison or federal center are they going to have him housed at? That seemed to be the more important questions. And so not much that went on, just those things. He's being transferred. They expect the trial to start in August as planned. They can start challenging the charges on the indictments. They've received discovery. The Geddes lady did say that they have continued to send discovery, but then she also said that they are still trying to get information off these electronic devices. And I'm like, are these the same electronic devices that you guys got back in March of last year, and you're still trying to get information off? So that lets me know there really isn't any information on those devices, and they need to let it go. But anyway, she said that they will continue to extract information, and once they extract information that they will use in the trial, they will send that information, recordings or copies of that information, to the defense as they become available. So guys, that's it for me. Once again, my recap of what happened is probably longer than the actual status hearing. But go ahead, leave your comments below, rate the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And until the next time, I shall talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.